Good morning! You're watching Nicole in a Nutshell. I'm Nicole in case you didn't know. And today we're going to talk about aliens. So before we get the story time started, I would love to hear from you. Have you ever had a crazy alien encounter? What are your alien stories? Please let me know. I am dying to hear them because I love aliens. And I would like to think I had an alien encounter, but according to my neighbors, that's not what happened last night. What happened was, my night was really interesting. Yesterday for me was a little bit of a weird off day. It was a little stressful, nothing too insane, just adulting. So because I was having like stress and anxiety a little bit, my job said I could go home early. I was like, yay, thank you. Last night I got home around midnight 30. So I'm home, I'm relaxing in this very chair, just chilling, watching a little Markiplier, laughing my butt off because he's playing that one, I don't even know what that one's called, that one game where the Australian dude's stuck in a pot and it's like an aggro game. I shouldn't be laughing at someone else's pain, but yeah. It's called Getting Over It. Then I decide I'm gonna go to bed, take my phone with me because I'm watching on my phone because I'm just like relaxing. I plug in my phone and I just want to finish the last 5 minutes of this video I've been watching, which was hilarious. Oh, it was during this time when suddenly a big bright flash fills my entire room, fills the entire outside, and then all of a sudden a whoosh, like a whoosh, like a really low whoosh sound. It was crazy, like it was super bright. All the power went off, and I know this because all my electronics reset themselves. So my charger that was plugged into my phone that I was holding in my hand, all the electronics reset themselves. So my phone reset and my printer reset. If the lights had been on, they would have turned off and gone back on. But I could hear all the electronics coming back on. So all the electronics go off and then turn back on. And then I hear one police car, 2 police cars, a fire truck, pause for 2 minutes, another fire truck, and 2 more police cars. Very close to me, and I'm like, oh, this happened like right down my street. Like, my first thought, what the f was that? Obviously. That was crazy. My mind is going to which neighbor's meth lab accidentally blew up? Where did the lightning strike? Or are the aliens coming to get me? Have they finally come for me? Or Trump finally did it and bombs are going off right now down my street. So that's where my mind was at. I'm like, it's gotta be one of those 4, and I was freaked out. I did not move from my bed. I was like, what was that? It was a weird noise. Like, I literally thought the aliens were coming for me. It was just weird. I texted my neighbor because then I was like, am I tripping? Did I just imagine that? And I was like, I can't be tripping because I heard all the electronics come back on, so I'm not tripping. At this point, it's like 1:30 in the morning, right when this event happens, about between 1 and 1:30. Actually, I can look up the text message. And I text my neighbor and I'm like, did you hear that? It's 1:21 a.m. Did you see that? Because I was just like, what the hell was that? She goes, yes, and I was like, oh, and then I said, what the hell was that? And she told me it was a power transformer on a street, like the street next to us. Whoa! It was really weird because like my thoughts were not on a power transformer at all. It was on a lightning strike or a bomb going off or an explosion or aliens. That was crazy. It was the craziest thing. And this was probably in my head, but even like after that happened, I felt like I could feel electricity in the air, but I know that can't be true because like my hair wasn't reacting in any way. And I've heard if your hair, you know, gets staticky or like your little hairs stand on end, then that's like a sign of like electric forces or whatever. But yeah, so I was just trying to use logic to calm my anxieties and be like, okay, it's just fine. This morning after I woke up, I went over to scout where perhaps this had taken place at. I didn't really see anything out of the ordinary, except there were workers right across the street from me. That's all I saw. Nothing, like, I don't know what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting like a blown up transformer looking thing, metal scraps maybe, like burn marks maybe. Anyway, reality is stranger than fiction, as they say. But here's an interesting point. If I had come home at my normal time, I probably would have witnessed that as I was finding parking for my car. Everything happens for a reason, so maybe I dodged that one. I imagine that's a really dangerous scenario, like either being underneath that when that happens, or driving past it, or being a house right in front of it or something like that. I imagine that must be a dangerous situation. I'm not really sure because I'm not in that field, but seems dangerous to me. I know it's scary. I tried to look it up on the news. Nothing on the news is about it, so maybe it's not that important. I don't know. I tried looking on the Edison website, nothing there. Maybe it's not as big as a deal as I thought. But all in all, maybe it's a whole cover-up, and I think the aliens are still coming. I was also, because yesterday, like I said, was a stressful day, and I was kind of just thinking about life in general and where I'm meant to be, and I don't know, just all these things running through my head. And then this happens and I'm like, is this a sign? Have the aliens come? Like, what's happening? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. Goodbye. Like, I was like, what the hell was that? Bombs, aliens, meth lab. Which neighbor did it? Which asshole plugged in something? Too many curling irons. No, I'm just kidding. Am I still alive? Am I in the ghost world now? Was that a bomb? Have the aliens come? So that's my story about how I'm pretty sure the aliens came. I'm just kidding. It was a transformer. But you never know. They're always watching. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Just like the aliens.